Alright guys, I looked up a video and there's this part right here. That's a whole unit and there's seals in there and stuff. The one I saw, the dude had like a 25 horse, so it was nothing like this, but you know, kind of the same concept I guess. But on this, it looks like there's just that ring right there. You can see the little notches in it that you can twist it. It actually says on and off on the side right there. You guys can't really see that, but I'm just going to take a flathead and tap it loose and thread it out. And it looks like the only thing that's holding it, because I don't see any bolts in there, so I'm assuming it'll just slide right out then. But we'll give that a try and see what happens. Alright guys, I got the ring off right there, and I've already tried pulling on this to get it out, and it's stuck in there. So, I mean, this clip kind of looks like someone's had it off before and been in there, but I'm assuming it came off of this motor. And I remember I put a bottom end on, or lower unit on this motor. So this was actually the original one for this motor. And so I want to say this thing's from like maybe the 60s. Like I want to say this thing's almost 50 years old. So I wouldn't be surprised if someone's been in there before. So this is stuck. So now what I'm going to do, when I got it, I didn't get the nut for the propeller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see if I can't find a nut real quick that will thread on there. And then I'm going to find a fat washer and put it on there too. And then I'm going to try and whack it and tap it out that way. And see if that doesn't break it loose. Because it sure looks like that's meant to slide out now. So I'm see what's I can find. Alright guys, so I got it out. I just used this big old washer. Found a nut that went on there a little bit. Went on there like 2 turns. So no big deal. And pounded her out, and you guys can see in there it's pretty rough. And so I got the shifter to turn now, but the main drive locked up still. So that also might be part of the water pump, or it's because the bearing's fried in there. I see that bolt on the end of the main drive right there. Looks like I can get a wrench in there, or better yet, a socket, and loosen that and get that pinion gear off, and probably just slide the whole thing out, I'd imagine. So get that out of the way, and then see if those other gears can't get out of there, because I can see a needle bearing back there behind that one gear. Yeah, I think you guys can see it. And so yeah, I'm gonna try and get in there and see what exactly is locking it up. So it might just be that needle bearing, making that gear locked up. So let me yeah, let's see here. That's like a little shift drum right there, kind of. Yep. So I'm gonna get that bolt undone and try and get it apart more so I can see what's wrong. Alright guys, so I'm gonna show you what I came up with here. So that bolt right there is actually, I don't know, it's like a 11 millimeter or something, or maybe mine's just messed up. But if you guys look in there, oh, okay, so God, I barely do this. It's so hard to see. Okay, but this back gear is moving. It's moving, and it's rocking on this gear, and this gear isn't moving at all, which means that this shaft is locked up. And so I just unbolted the water pump, just the top of it, to slide it off, and as you guys can see, it is off-centered. That one fin is like completely crushed right there, where that other fin is like straight open. So that doesn't seem right to me. Maybe for some reason it's supposed to be like that, but I doubt it. So I'm gonna keep, hopefully that all slides off, and I can see what else is going on in there. But I don't know if I already showed you guys, but the gearbox moves just fine. Everything seems to move, but this main drive shaft right there. And as you guys can see in the background, I do have the boat down here, but that's gonna be a separate video right now. Just focusing on getting this freed up. So I'm gonna take that off and see what I come up with. Alright guys, so I was able to break the water pump loose here and get it out of the way. And there's a bearing right there. And I guarantee you that locked up from not having any gear oil and just seized and made it so that the shaft doesn't spin anymore. So the only thing I can do is try and get that right there, that bolt off, and get the gear off of there so I can get the shaft out of the way, and then try and find out how to replace that bearing, which is going to be really hard because oh, I guess if you have a puller where you can lock in there and then pull it up, that's the only way to get it out. But that's what it seems like to me, is just that bearing. So I'm gonna play with it for a little bit more, see if I can't get something going here. Alright guys, so what I ended up doing was I put some oil on top of that bearing right there, and then I put a vice grip on the shaft right here, right up where it's just sitting in the center in this thing, that won't affect anything. And make sure you just be careful not to mark it up too much, because you still gotta slide your water pump over it and you don't want to mess up the seal on the top. But and then I just spun it, and you guys can see here it spins. You guys can see in there it is spinning, and you can just hear how dry that bearing is. So I'm I'm still learning and stuff as I go here, trying to figure things out. Here, I can show you guys the bottom. Let me sit you guys down for a minute. Show you guys in there. It is all spinning. So I'm not sure if I could just put gear oil in this and be fine, or if that bearing is permanently damaged from it. I'm not sure, but it sounds a little dry. I mean, but I've heard a lot worse. So, I'm not sure. My dad would know a lot more, so I'm gonna ask him and see what he thinks. But alright, there you go. Yeah, it's freed up now, and it would work as long as that bearing's fine. That was the whole problem, seizing it up, and it would all spin smoothly now, as long as the seals are fine, which I can see that this one is pretty flattened. So yeah, it's definitely gonna need a seal kit, I would say, from running without any lube. It might have tore up a seal, or that one actually looks pretty flattened that I pointed out earlier. But yeah, who knows? Maybe I don't need anything really but some seals. So I'll ask and see what I come up with, and I'll let you guys know. But there you guys go. I freed up the lower unit, and so that's really good. The gears looked fine. The gears don't look damaged. They're all intact. I didn't see any metal shavings really in there, or anything bad. It spins over just fine too. So that's how I know that those gears are good. Spinning over right now. And that gear looks good right there. So there you guys have it. The lower unit tear down, and I'm gonna get some parts figured out for it, and sounds like it's gonna be a go. So stay tuned. Looks like we're gonna be building a motor. So I'll let you guys know about the whole parts thing, and just stay tuned. Alright guys, so here we are. I actually brought a few of these things to work and was working on them just to get them apart, so I actually wasn't able to record them, and I wasn't able to record them for you guys. It's basically it. And so I got this gear off of the bottom of the drive shaft, which is right here. It goes on the bottom right there. And then you got the drive shaft lower bearing, which is right there. It was just a C-clip, a little ridge right here, and just a C-clip holds that on. So that was really easy to take off. And since this thing was broken in half and clearly aluminum welded back together once, and somehow someone broke it again, I just went ahead and ordered a brand new one. I got lucky and found a new one on eBay. That's pretty much where I get all my parts from. And so now I got a brand new swivel bracket for the clamp, and so I was gonna try and maybe get this one off. It's like riveted on, but if I can get that without damaging this and just stick this back on this one, I think that would be pretty cool, so that I still got my serial number. But yeah, so this one's junk, and then this goes in between them right there, and that's just a little cotter pin clip that goes through the shaft, and then it all slides up apart. And then you just got these little two caps that go on the top there. And then this one's got two grease zerks, which I'm not sure, because this one didn't have any, and it just had the locking screw. So I don't know if I'm gonna need that screw or if it's fine. I'm assuming this is off of a newer one, because you can grease it. That's just how the aftermarket ones were, and you can tell that someone painted it because they taped over it. But I wanted to paint the whole thing anyways. In fact, I actually got some paint right here, and I was actually gonna go ahead and paint this one and just clean it up really nice and lay some fresh paint on it and get it looking really good. So then when I go out and test it, I can also test how good the paint is and how well it will hold up. So when I get to this, I know if it's gonna work or if I gotta try and find something else. And you can tell that this one really needs it. It's got some weird green and stuff, and you know, it's nice just to clean it up because this stuff's really old, and you know, this is the lower unit off of that one, but you know, this should be sandblasted down and recoated if you were to paint it. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. But there's still a gear in there. I didn't completely strip down the lower unit yet, but I just took the drive shaft out to see how bad that bearing was. So I'm pretty much just waiting on parts now. That's the first part that came in, and I think I actually have my drive shaft, the lower bearing too, that goes in there. I ordered a water pump impeller, and then my pistons will be here at the end of the month, so in 2 weeks from now. And then the seal kit for the lower unit's coming, and then the carburetor rebuild. And so yeah, all that's on its way. So it'll be another 2 to 3 weeks now. Might be prepping it and getting it all painted up. So when the parts do come, I can just put it all together and be done with it. But for now, it's pretty much put on hold. So I'm gonna go over here and start cleaning this one up and making this one look really nice. And just pretty much testing out paints and what ones will work and what ones won't, and all that fun stuff. Just try and clean these up and make them look really nice and make them look like new again. So I'm gonna be prepping this stuff and testing out paints. So I'll get back to you guys when I find something I like.